I survived 100 days as a mermaid in Minecraft. I had just moved into a new house, and as I was taking a look around, I found this, a hidden wishing well in my backyard. When I climbed up to take a look, I slipped on a mossy rock and fell in. Little did I know, this was a portal to a whole new dimension. When I came to, I was a mermaid, and by the looks of it, I was in the lost city of Atlantis. Now that I'm a fully fledged mermaid, I set myself 3 main objectives. 1, find my way back to the portal before my 100 days run out. 2, help Poseidon, the king of the oceans, with some top secret missions. And 3, defend the city from the megalodon, the evil great white shark. Do I have what it takes to survive in the ocean? Or will I become a shark snack? Stay tuned to find out what happens next. Day 1. I had no clue where I was, or what really just happened until I left this little cave. That's when it hit me. I'm a mermaid! This is so cool! Somehow when I slipped into the wishing well, I ended up here. No way, look at this cute little guy. I don't even know what kind of fish this guy is. I guess I need to learn some fish names, and quick! I kept looking around because this place is beautiful. Look at all this coral reef and these cool shipwrecks. I wonder how long they've been down here for. I started to swim down what looked like the main entrance when I spotted some more mermaids and mermen. This must be some kind of underwater world. This is so amazing. And just as I was checking this huge whale out, I was suddenly surrounded by what looked like some kind of underwater police. Yikes! What did I do? Are you sure it's me you're looking for? The guards escorted me into this huge room, kind of like a reception area, but bigger. They brought me all the way up to this guy, and then they left. I guess he's the guy in charge.
I am Poseidon, king and ruler of the oceans. I have protected these coral reefs for centuries, keeping them safe along with the fish and mermaid population that live here too. I know everybody here, except you. I have never seen you before. Why are you here at my reef? Why today? Why now?
I explained to Poseidon that I really didn't know, that I was an ordinary human 20 minutes ago, but when I fell down a wishing well, I ended up here. And I guess he really didn't like my answer because I was surrounded by guards again, and something tells me this time they won't be bringing me anywhere nice. My suspicions were correct. I mean, this place is really nice and the views are breathtaking, but I've been locked in here until the King Poseidon figures out what he wants to do with me. Great. On day 2, I was greeted by the same 4 walls. Yep, I was still locked away with no freedom in sight. I decided to take my freedom into my own hands and break myself out of here. I managed to punch myself a little hole in the roof and swim up through it. Freedom! You smell glorious! But I can't act the city mermaid now, not with guards still around. I had to be extra sneaky and stay close to the coral to hide my getaway. I was so far away from my prison cell that I thought I was in the clear, but...
Freeze! Don't move a fin, you hear me?
I turned around and it was a crab! This is so cool! I had no idea I could understand fish now. I explained to him what was going on and that I needed help.
Hey, why didn't you say you needed help, man? Of course I'll help you. I know the main man Poseidon myself. I can put in a good word for you. I tell you what, come with me back to my crib. We can talk to the main man in the morning. I'm Ernie, by the way. Ernie the crab.
After walking at a crab's pace, sorry, I just had to, we arrived at this little humble abode. It wasn't big, but it was a nice and comfy bed to sleep in, and a new friend down here, and right now, I could use one of those. On the morning of day 3, I was still kind of in shock. I really can't believe I'm down here, but now I'm also on the run. A mermaid on the run. Ernie, my new crab friend, finally came back after running a few errands, and he told me he can make this problem with Poseidon go away. But there was a catch.
Listen here, my new weird human friend. I can help this problem with Poseidon go away. But first, you have to do a little favor for me. You see, my best friend Bert, he is a shelled creature like myself, but his shell was taken by a couple of bad people, and they won't give it back. You think maybe you could get it back for him? And then straight after, I'll bring you to Poseidon. I promise.
Well, I really had no choice. I agreed. Bring me to these bad mothers, whatever that means. We arrived at this creepy looking shipwreck a few hours later. Kind of reminds me of those pirate ships you would see in the movies. Anyway, Ernie told me it's inside here. Just go in and grab it. He was going to wait here. I swam up to the main deck. I'd say this thing looked pretty cool above water. I looked around the top deck for a while, but there was no sign of anything up here, so I decided to check out inside. I opened the trapdoors and went in. What are they? Wait, are they? Ah! They're dead pirates! Ah! Get away from me! Ew! I hate ghosts and I hate pirates! Ah! Ouch! Ouch! These guys are hurting me! I managed to get outside not too badly injured, and I swam back over to my new so-called friend, Ernie.
Oh, yeah. Did I forget to tell you about them? Oh, my bad. Yeah, so these guys took my friend's shell and he really wants it back. Come on, help a crab out, man.
I wasn't going to be able to do this unarmed. I needed a weapon. I spent the next few days searching for bones and skeletons. You know, like old fish carcasses and stuff. I think I could make some weapons out of these bones. And finally, by night 5, I think I had everything I needed to make a sword and maybe some kind of chest plate. Day 6, I was ready to get Bert back his shell. Here goes nothing. I made my way towards the boat, but this time, these pirate ghosts are expecting me. I took them down one by one. I kind of had the advantage because I could swim so much faster than they can. I was making light work of these guys and I nearly had them all beat until this guy came out from the hull of the boat. He looks like the captain, and I bet he's not happy that I'm here to steal his gold, yar. Sorry. We went at it and man was he quick. He could swim just as fast and as high as I could. We fought around the masts of the ship. We fought on the main deck. We even fought inside the hull of the boat until finally I took him down. Look, he dropped something. Oh, a lever. I'm sure this will come in handy. I went back to searching the boat and eventually I found this iron door. Oh yeah, the lever. I popped that on and kept going inside. And eventually I found it. It's Bert's shell. Oh, Ernie is gonna be such a happy crab. On the morning of day 7, Ernie's friend Bert climbed back into his shell and made himself at home. Man, this thing is hard. How did those pirate guys even manage to get it off? Ernie was a crab of his word and he brought me back to King Poseidon to help clear the air. If I was going to figure out a way to get back home to human form, I was going to need all the help I could get.
Ah, Ernie, my clever little crab friend. I see you've brought back my escaped prisoner.
Of course I brought her back, man. Is that bounty of 2,000 seashells still active? Haha, just kidding, little Kelly. Look, man, this girl here helped me out of a jam, and she's come back to show you she means no harm. She's just lost, is all. Maybe you could help her out in finding the portal back to the top land.
I see. I tell you what, Ernie. For you, my old friend, I'll help her get back home. Listen here, little Kelly. This portal to the top land is a very dangerous road. No one has ever made it before, but I'm willing to help you if you're willing to help me out with a few things around here.
I agreed to help out and thanked them both. Sweet. By the looks of it, I might make it home before dinner tonight. Boy, was I wrong. I had no idea by helping out, he actually meant doing chores. Come on, Poseidon. I guess I'm cleaning off grime and slime for the rest of my day. By the end of that day, I could barely lift my hands above my head. I deserve some sleep, jeez. I spent the next few days doing even more chores around the reef. I mean, it felt good to be helping out. Even though by day 12, I couldn't feel my hand or arms anymore. I think Poseidon was beginning to like me, right? Oh gosh, I was so tired. On day 13, I went into King Poseidon's bedroom to return the books he lent me to read over my spare time. Wow, he has fish tanks. That's kind of messed up. I ain't gonna lie. Imagine I put my friends into big glass rooms in a real world and filled it with fake castles and stuff. Weird. As I was leaving, I heard this noise. It sounded like some kind of battle horn. I rushed outside and there was King Poseidon. He told me to get inside at once. The megalodon was here. What in the heavens is a megalodon? I went into the main hall, but I couldn't see Ernie anywhere. Ernie? Ernie! Wait, he's still outside. I need to get him. He could be in trouble. I left right away. I swam past Poseidon. I had to help Ernie. I checked everywhere, including his favorite chill-out spot on top of the shipwreck mast. But he was nowhere to be seen. Then I saw it. The megalodon. Holy moly, that thing is huge! I needed somewhere to hide, so I went into the shipwreck from the side. I swam down to the bottom to get a better look when I spotted Ernie! He's out in the open. I have to help him. I got to Ernie as quickly as I could and told him we had to go. I turned around and the megalodon was coming straight for us! Ah! I picked up Ernie and I swam as quick as I could to find shelter from that shark. He's hot on my tail! Literal tail! Oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna become a freaking shark snack! Eventually, I managed to duck and dive my way back into the main hall. We were safe. For now. On day 14, I was invited up to King Poseidon's family dining hall. Very fancy! I was kind of worried. I think I might be in some serious trouble for going out to help Ernie when that silly shark showed up.
Little Kelly, what you did yesterday was beyond stupid and reckless. You put your own life at risk for somebody else. Regardless of the consequences, you could have been seriously hurt, or worse, dead.
I was about to say sorry when he hit me with this curveball.
That kind of recklessness is something only the bravest of mermaids have. You risked everything to save a friend in danger, and that makes you one of us. I know where the portal you seek is located. But little Kelly, you must know, it really is the most uninhabitable place in the ocean. It's below the light line, in the deep darkness. Help me fight this megalodon and keep this reef safe, and I will bring you to the portal myself.
Wow, that sounds kind of intense. I mean, on the one hand, I'm kind of a big deal down here, and on the other, my friends are back up top. I've got a lot to think about. Over the next 10 days, I learned a lot from the soldiers of the reef. I even went on shark watch in case that megalodon came back for another go. I practiced my hand-to-hand combat with the soldiers and learned how to use their weapons correctly. Not bad, eh? And I learned a lot from Poseidon himself, including how us humans can look after our ocean's coral and make positive changes to help our planet. By day 25, I was a lean, mean, ocean-saving machine, and I was ready to take this training right into the shark tanks. On day 26, myself and a handful of Poseidon soldiers arrived at this underwater canyon, best known as Shark Canyon. This is where all the big guys live. We decided it would be best to split up so we could cover more ground and get out of this place quicker. I turned into the main canyon and oh my gosh, look at the amount of sharks around here. Man, they would love a nice tasty mermaid for a snack, wouldn't they? I stuck to the kelp and seaweed to stay in cover so these guys didn't spot me. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for here, but I want to find whatever it is soon so I can get out of here. I was reaching the other end of the underwater canyon when I saw him. There he is, in the flesh, the megalodon. It looks like he's hunting something, but who or what would be dumb enough to swim into this place? Oh right, me. That's when one of Poseidon's soldiers came swimming out of the kelp like a mermaid possessed. That's what Megalodon was hunting. Oh my gosh, he's right behind him. Oh no, no! He caught him and ate the soldier in one big bite. That's it. I need to get back to Poseidon and tell him what happened. On day 27, on my way back to the reef, I managed to take a wrong turn and end up here. What is this place? And why is it absolutely surrounded by stingrays? I tried making my way back out, but the current was pulling me in. I can't fight it. Ah! Eventually, I got pulled all the way into the middle of this building. What was going on? Oh look, it looks like some of these other guys have been trapped in here too. I even found another merman. No way! I introduced myself and told him I came from Poseidon's reef. His response had me shook.
Hey, nice to meet you. Pity about the circumstances, though. Yeah, I got caught up in the current situation more than 2 years ago. I've been feeding on whatever comes down here that I can eat. The stingrays are swimming around the podium at such a fast pace that they've created a whirlpool, and now we're all stuck here. My father must think I've died. I left on a mission and never returned.
Oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking. I needed to do something, but what exactly? Also, he's kind of cute. And on day 30, or at least I think it was, I had a plan. From what I could see, the stingrays were taking turns swimming around to keep the current strong enough to keep us trapped in here. If I could get to one of those that are closest to us and take them out, I might be able to slow down the whirlpool and swim out. By day 36, I was making good progress, taking the closer ones out, but I still had a ways to go. I needed help. I convinced Triton, the merman I met here, to help me, and together we could break this wave. By day 40, we took out the last few and it left us with a current we could easily swim out of. We did it! Now to get back to Poseidon and the reef. Day 41, myself and Triton arrived back to the reef. Very thankful that we made it out of that mess back there. We made our way inside and I told Poseidon what had happened. He seemed in shock, like he'd just seen a ghost.
Triton, my son, you've been gone for 2 years. I thought you were dead, but now you've come back to me. Thank you, little Kelly.
Oh my gosh, no way! Triton is Poseidon's son? Why didn't he tell me? Poseidon put a stop to all daily routines and celebrated the return of his only son for the next few weeks. It was a lot of fun. But on day 61, the fun and games came to a crashing halt when this guy decided to show up for another little snack. The battle horn was sounded once more and everyone ran for cover, including me. I was halfway down the main entrance when Poseidon swam straight up to me. I told him the megalodon was back and that we needed to get into cover.
No, not this time, little Kelly. I have lived in fear for the past 2 years because I thought the megalodon had taken my boy. But now that he has returned, it's time to end this once and for all. I need to be a king of the people and keep them safe as I have promised. Go inside. This won't take long.
Oh my gosh, Poseidon has taken that thing on. This is gonna be epic. I watched as Poseidon swam straight at the megalodon. He's so brave. Then it all kicked off and the fight that will change everything had begun. Poseidon was kicking his butt. He was so much quicker and agile. I've never seen anything like it. Triton came out to watch his father take down this evil creature, but he seemed concerned. And that's when everything changed. The megalodon managed to bite Poseidon pretty bad. He was hurt. Oh no. I turned to Triton. We need to help your dad. We need to help Poseidon. But he said no. If we get involved now, we'd put him into even bigger danger. And then, before I could say anything back, Poseidon fell. The megalodon had finished him for good. Poseidon is dead. No! Let's get inside, Triton. We can't be out here. Day 62, Poseidon's funeral. I honestly was in such shock. I couldn't believe it. He was really dead, killed by the megalodon, taken from his reef, just like that. Triton got up and said a few words, but he was in shock too. I mean, he is now the king of the oceans, ruler of the seas. Just 2 weeks ago, everyone thought he was dead. I went to see Triton after the funeral. I know this is so sad, but your father made me a promise to get me back to the portal to my world. I can't do it without you.
You're on your own now, little Kelly. As am I. It's my fault my father is dead. I took his magic spear with me the day I left for the mission. When I got caught in that stingray whirlpool, I let go of it and it drifted away, never to be seen again. If my father had his spear when he fought that shark, he would still be here. It's all my fault. Now please, leave. I want to be alone.
Oh no, poor Triton. He blames himself for this and now he's not gonna help me. I need to do something. I need to find that spear and get it back to him. Over the next few days, I spoke with every merman and mermaid willing to talk to me. I needed to get any information I could as to where Poseidon's spear may be. Even if it was just hearsay or gossip, I could leave no stone unturned. And on day 70, just as I was beginning to lose hope that I'd ever find it, I went to go visit my old friend Ernie the crab. I forgot how close he was to Poseidon. He might know something. And after talking for over an hour, I finally asked him where he thinks Poseidon's spear may be.
Oh no, man, that thing is long gone. Rumor has it that some of the megalodon's little shark soldiers found it in the sand a couple of miles away from Shark Canyon. They took it and gave it to the mega himself. And now he has it inside his little sea treasures chest, right in the heart of the canyon. No fish, and I mean no fish, that ever swim in those waters ever make it back.
That does not sound too promising, but at the end of his story, I only had one question. How do I get there, Ernie? I'm getting Poseidon's spear back. I spent the next few weeks swimming in the deep canyon where supposedly the megalodon lived. I was searching for some kind of treasure chest. Ernie told me I would know once I saw it. And finally, on day 85, I found it! Yep, Ernie was right. It's definitely a treasure chest. The only thing, it's completely surrounded by great white sharks. The megalodon's very own personal army. Getting into that treasure chest was not going to be easy. I managed to get closer to the chest, but it was really surrounded from every angle. The only positive is that the megalodon is nowhere to be seen. I was now right beside the chest. I had to just go for it. I had no choice. When I came out from cover, the sharks began to attack. Ah! There's so many of them! I can't fight them all off! I need to get inside this chest and pray that Poseidon's spear is inside. I eventually managed to slip past the sharks into a little opening. I made my way down inside the chest. Oh my gosh, is this all gold? No wonder the sharks are protecting this place. It's a literal gold mine. I kept searching, but so far, no sign of the spear. Until I found this little clearing. I followed it to the end and it looked like it went deeper. I swam down into the chest and I found it! Oh my gosh, I really did it! I found the king's spear! Now all I have to do is grab it and bring it back to Triton and somehow convince him to bring me to the portal. I was just coming out of the chest, spear in hand, when I spotted him. The megalodon. He's here! Great! I'm stuck in here now. I'm never gonna make it back home. No, wait! I have the king's spear! And once I hold this kind of power, I can do anything! It's time to end this thing once and for all. I swam out of the chest. Some of the smaller great whites came at me, but with the king's spear, I made light work of those fools. Now, it's time for the big guy. Bring it on! The fight was intense. He was very quick and boy did he pack a punch. In fact, he nearly had me once or twice, but I was so much smaller than him that I used the seabed to my advantage. And then, when I had the perfect opportunity, I struck him, hitting him multiple times with the king's spear, and eventually, I defeated the megalodon! I did it! And let this be a lesson to all of you great whites. Stay out of our reef and leave the mermaids alone, or else I'll have to come back and kick some butt! On day 86, I arrived back at the reef. I immediately went to Triton and showed him his father's spear. I told him that his father, Poseidon, would want him to stand up and be there for his people and become the ruler of the oceans.
Little Kelly, I can't even begin to thank you for everything you've done for me and my father. But I can't help you with the portal. In order to survive down there, we'd need a fire and a light staff, and I just don't know how to craft them. Only my father did. I'm sorry, but at least you have me and Ernie down here.
I was totally devastated. Triton couldn't help me, not without those weapons. I was gonna be stuck down here forever. On night 87, I was beginning to come to terms with the fact that I was gonna be a mermaid for the rest of my life. No more pizza or burgers. Oh man, no more bacon sandwiches! I was about to go to bed when I saw something swim past my window. What or who was that? I went outside to investigate and I saw it swim into the coral. What was it? I followed it right to the edge of the reef and it was Poseidon? What the? I thought you were dead. I watched the megalodon defeat you.
Don't be silly, little Kelly. I'm the protector of the seas. Nothing can kill me. I did what I had to do. My son needs to become this reef's king. It's vital to its survival. But I need to protect the rest of the world's oceans, and I can't do that if I'm stuck here. You killed the megalodon by yourself, and you will help my son realize he is worthy to be king. The weapons you need to defeat the creatures of the deep are in these locations. Go now. You don't have much time before your portal closes. I believe in you, little Kelly. You can do this.
I can't believe it. He really is the king. And he'll put the oceans and its creatures above all else. Wow. Okay, he said I don't have much time. I need to get going. I need to find these weapons. ASAP. It took me 5 days to reach the first weapon. The fire staff. This was gonna help eliminate our enemies and create fire to keep us safe. Yes, fine, underwater. You heard me correctly. By day 97, I'd made it to the last weapons we'd need, and by the looks of it, there are some not so nice things inside protecting it. I had to go for it. I used the fire staff to cut through my enemies and make my way down to the weapon. And there it was. Just like that, I had what we needed to get me to the portal. All I have to do now is get back and convince Triton to help me. I arrived back and demanded Triton see me. I threw the staff at his feet. Your dad made me a promise, so now you have to man up and keep it. You are the new king of this reef, and it's about time you showed it. I don't have much time. We need to go, now.
You're right. Let's go. Time for you to get home.
We got to the portal. There it is. I'm finally gonna make it home. I went to say goodbye when Triton kissed me. He told me I'm always welcome down here as his guest. Well, I'll never do anything to damage our oceans again. It's time for me to go back up into the real world and make some serious changes.